We're going to be targeting some extremely violent offenders today.
Within moments, the officers are on the move, with eyes on their first target.
My immigrant mother just called me on the phone, innocently asking me if she should start carrying her passport in case they start doing mass deportations to prove that she's a citizen. That's so sad.
Waking up to news that mass deportation started today, so if you're an immigrant, please know that you have the right and share this to everyone you know so everyone's aware. You have the right to remain silent. If ICE knocks on your door, you don't have to answer it. Do not consent to any searches if they do not have a warrant signed by a judge.
Hey guys, ICE raids start on Tuesday, so La Migra. La Migra. You see ICE, you shout that at the top of your lungs. Got it?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for choosing us today. FAFO season is in full swing and it's hitting harder than some actually imagined it to do. And Latino MAGA Trump supporters are feeling the heat as ICE raids stir up emotional reactions across the board in the United States. Alright, let's break down this political whirlwind of irony and the hard lessons to be learned. Buckle up because it's about to get real. Subscribe if you are new, like the video. Let me know your opinions in the comment section. I'll be back with more commentary.
Community, sir, can you identify yourself? They're saying that this is police, but they are ICE. Sir, can you identify yourself? Sir, why are you arresting working class people? You're ICE, you're not police. Why are you saying that you police? Don't you feel bad, people that is working?
ICE did a raid in New Jersey today, and it proved that this was never about undocumented immigrants. This was never about criminals or safety. This was about imprisoning anyone who they deemed to be an immigrant. ICE went to Newark, New Jersey today. They went to some random business venue and just started arresting people. They arrested anyone who they thought was undocumented. And within all the people that they arrested were U.S. citizens and a U.S. military veteran. And Newark, New Jersey's mayor, Ross Baraka, is completely disgusted by the actions of ICE today, and he is calling it out. He said that the U.S. veteran was ridiculed and the legitimacy of his military documentation was questioned. He's also calling out the fact that ICE had no warrants in conducting any of the arrests, and they just showed up to this venue and started indiscriminately arresting anyone who they believed looked like an immigrant. It's also being loud at the fact that these actions are a violation of the Fourth Amendment. This is exactly the response that we should be expecting from our politicians. Baraka is not going to let this slide, and he is standing up for his residents. This was never about going after undocumented immigrants. ICE will arrest anyone who they deem looks like an immigrant. Doesn't matter if you're a U.S. citizen or resident. If you look like an immigrant, they'll arrest you. And that's exactly what we've been trying to warn people about. They are not just coming for undocumented people. They are coming for everyone.
Here are some things that you need to know to stay protected. For now, ICE is most likely to enter businesses. So let's say ICE comes to the place where you work. What are you gonna do? Do not sign anything under any circumstances. You are going to assert two rights. The right to remain silent, make sure to actually say that, and a right to call your attorney. Every immigrant should have an immigration plan, which should include memorizing your immigration attorney's number. If you don't understand what they're saying, what they're asking you, and even if you do, just keep asserting those two rights. Don't say anything else. Here's what's super important. There's a new act that's going to get passed called the Lakeland-Riley Act. Innocent until proven guilty, doesn't exist. You can be charged for a crime and be immediately deported even if you're not proven guilty. So there is a huge incentive for ICE officers to charge you for crime. No matter what, no matter how aggressive they are being, do not be aggressive back. Do not resist. Do not give them any reason to charge you with a crime. If someone is there that can film the interaction between you and ICE, even better, so that there is evidence that you are not being aggressive. And now a little disclaimer, because I am Latina and I am scared of our racist government. I am not an undocumented immigrant. I am a U.S. citizen.
We have confirmation of an ICE raid at a business establishment in Newark, New Jersey that led to the arrest of a U.S. military veteran.
All right, one thing you have to understand is that ICE, of course, is gonna be filled with these people who call themselves, nationalists or patriarchs, who actually have it in their mind in order to make America great again, it has to be free of people of color, you know, for lack of better words. I think you understand what I mean. And they are going to be arresting everybody that looks like a suspect, every person of color, whether you are black, brown, Latino, or Mexican. You're gonna be arrested until you can prove that you are in the country legally or you are a citizen of the United States of America. And we have seen what has happened after the inauguration of the Orange Man. He went ahead and actually revoked birthright citizenship. You heard that right. He has revoked that in order to remove any kind of bureaucracy in deporting parents who have children who are born in the United States. All right, let's continue the video. Listen to the next story because it's getting real here.
Such a cruel world today that our children are no longer safe in schools. People are no longer safe in hospitals. People have the biggest fear to leave their house, to go to work, and also living in the fear that they don't know how they're going to provide for their family. And it's even more so sad that so many Latinos, so much of our raza is pro this Chiro guy. I don't even want to say his name. But I ask you guys, let's come together in prayer, because what else can we do? Spread the word, share resources, let people know they have rights.
And I want you to know that if someone in school will ever want to talk to you and ask you where are you from, or if you're from here, you do not have to answer them, okay? You do not have to answer nobody. If you need a parent, you always need to have mommy or daddy next to you at all times, always, okay? You don't have to, if someone were to ask you, I need to talk to you, I have some questions to you, what do you have to tell them? Do you have to talk to them? No, you don't want to talk to anybody unless your parent is there.
Talk to your kids, prepare your kids, because we just never know what's going to happen today, tomorrow, the next couple years. Unfortunately, all we can do is just prepare ourselves and our kids for anything that can possibly happen. I pray for every single person out there, and I wish, the next 4 years to go by smooth, and just pray for every single one of you, because we just never know. And this has barely been a couple days, and it has been a mess, and it's been a pretty sad month. I just pray for every single one of you. I know I'm not the only American feeling that way, because I've been feeling super, just the vibes are just definitely off.
So ICE is showing up at schools and churches. I am in the Lexington area of Kentucky. I do not have my son for the next 2 days. If you need an auntie to pick up or drop off, please message me. And I'll be taking my microphone to churches on Sunday in the parking lot. If somebody could just let me know the pronunciation, I guess I'll Google it. Magira and whatever. I'm going to F your plans up if I can. I have white privilege and I'm going to use it.
Hey y'all, I've already seen a mass amount of people blaming all Latinos for the Trumpian win, particularly those that voted in Florida and Pennsylvania. But I want y'all to know that Mexican people demographically do not typically vote for Republicans. It is actually typically Cubans and other Central Americans. This is courtesy of Pew Research Center. As you can see here, Cubans typically are the ones who vote for the GOP, and Mexican people typically tend to vote for the Democratic Party. This is because Cubans live in a country that is heavily sanctioned by the United States, and as a result, it is very impoverished. But the Cubans who migrate here are under the impression that the reason that their country is in shambles is because of socialism. So they fundamentally oppose any policies that are beneficial to the general public because they are afraid of communist policy. And it's important to get specific because there are many different ethnic groups inside of the Latino community, and that includes Black people. There are Haitians who are Latinos, and don't y'all forget.
All right, my fellow Latinos, stop scrolling. Watch this video if you're Latino and you live in California, or even if you don't live in California. There are two big things going on right now within our community. One being the whole ICE raids that are going on in Bakersfield and Bakersfield surrounding area. I would love for you guys to tag any attorneys or any kind of resources specifically towards the ICE raids. I don't care. Stitch this video, duet, screenshot, whatever you need to do. Would love for this to turn into a thread of a resource. And as far as the fires, I've posted stuff on my Instagram for food and shelter. Those in LA that have been affected or displaced by the fires. Please, 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 like, this is a time for us to come together and help each other out within our community.
The last 3 days in LA have been like living in hell, not only because of fucking fires that are surrounding us everywhere, now because of the ICE raids that are attacking the Latino community. My Latino community is out here helping people who have lost their homes, is helping the firefighters by making them food. There are vendors out there right now who are not even making any money and are just giving out food to people who have lost it all. And now they have to be worried about being taken by ICE. The people who work in the fields right now who are being, first of all, hit by this contaminated ass air that are still going to work to make a living for their family, because it's the only type of living they can make because they don't have any papers. They are undocumented. Taking care of fruits and vegetables that we need to survive here in the LA community. They are now being forced not to go to work because they are scared of being detained by ICE. It is important for us to educate our family members who don't speak English that they have rights. They should not be speaking to ICE at all. They have the power to remain silent. They have the right to have an attorney and should not be discussing any of their personal business with an ICE officer.
If you're trying to learn Spanish in 2025, the two most important words for you to learn are la migra. La migra. Okay, let's say it one more time. La migra. That means ICE or immigration. You see ICE on a vehicle, that's not the ice that you put in your drinks. That's the ice that ruins people's lives. So you are going to yell La migra as loud as you can and maybe cause a distraction. Help buy them some time. You can also say La migra llegando, which means that they're coming or they're here. If you want to be more discreet about it, you can say, is that La migra? The most important thing is for them to hear La migra as fast as they can. They'll know what they need to do. Be loud. ICE raids are apparently already starting. Chicago, San Antonio, DC, I'm blanking on the rest, but I would not be surprised if there are more cities than they've listed. Be vigilant, be helpful, be alert. They are people and they have created their lives here, okay? Help them out as loud as you can. La migra, la migra. Like I said, those are the two most important Spanish words to know.
So I decided to keep my daughter home because she had a little bit of a fever. So I go across the street to Walgreens to grab her some Tylenol. I see 3 undercover cops. They look like undercover cops to me, but I didn't think none of it. So I left Walgreens. I went to 7-Eleven real quick to grab me a French vanilla frappuccino real quick. So I go in there. I see 4 more of these, right? So I asked one of them. I was like, hey, are y'all undercover cops? Because I just seen like a couple of y'all up the street at Walgreens. And he was like, you know, something like that. He was like, we're here from out of town working. He was like, but, you know, have a great day. You know, you could tell he wasn't trying to tell me too much. But I was being nosy as hell at this point. So tell me why I get home. My neighbors are immigrants, right? They packing their shit up. They've been packing their shit up for the last 3 days. They said that they're moving to the Southlands area because they are you know, tired of seeing these Venezuelans over here, you know, lurking around late at night. And I don't see them over here. But when I do my comedy shows and I get home late at night, that's when I be seeing these motherfuckers lurking around. So I be having my taser, my pepper spray on that, and I hurry up and I run to the house because my son be watching my daughter for me when I be doing my shows. So it hit me. You know, it hit me when I went to take out the trash and I seen them damn Venezuelans packing their shit up and leaving. It hit me like ICE is really fucking here. ICE is really here in Denver, Colorado to do these raids. If you have kids that are born in America and you are not, and you are undocumented and your kids are U.S. citizens and they born here, they are not considered U.S. citizens. Like everybody getting set the fuck back at this point. And so it makes me nervous for the people that I know that are hard workers that are genuinely here trying to get their paperwork done and trying to get their paperwork in order. You know, those are the people that I feel bad for. The only people I don't feel bad for is these damn Venezuelans, because they do be out here lurking at night and they do be into shit. They be touching people's shit, stealing people's cars. They do be out here doing the most. Those are the only motherfuckers that I feel like gotta go. But everybody else, y'all please be safe, because ICE is out here in Denver. So please be safe and stay out the way. And I know y'all ain't gonna see them damn Venezuelans trying to clean them damn windshields today, because ICE is really out here. Be safe, y'all.
Alright guys, there you have it. Actually, as you have seen, people are actually telling each other, Latino are telling people who do not understand Hispanics, because many of these illegal immigrants coming from the Hispanic world, from the Latin world, most of them do not understand English, and if you use the word ICE, they might not know what you're talking about. So they are saying if you see ICE, actually shout the word La Migra, which I actually suppose means ICE or Immigration Patrol, And this is sad because, Latino for Trump, MAGA, Latino Trump supporters, we told you when it was election time, black people told you, a lot of you, and you went ahead and voted for the orange man in charge. Now you're finding out after actually effing around, because most of your community do not like other people of color. You voted against Kamala maybe because she was a woman and maybe because she was black, and because of that, now you are having to find out, and let's talk the fact that, of course, illegal immigrants cannot vote. This is not the illegal Latino immigrants who are actually paying the price, who cannot vote. It is their compatriots who came to the States years ago, who have been naturalized, who are born in the US as the first generation in their countries, that actually voted against the interest of their larger community. This is absurd here because they knew what they were doing. The orange man was always talking about this in his campaign, mass deportations, actually, returning everybody from where they came from. And now he has actually announced that he will start doing that on day one. And now mass deportation raids are going on. ICE is even giving bounties if you report an illegal. This they knew, but they still went ahead and voted against their own personal interest, their own community's interest. To think that you guys don't have such a support system, a unity system for each other, just because you do not like women to be in power, just because you don't like black people, you go ahead and vote for something that's gonna affect largely your abuela, your grandma, or your grandpa, or even some other cousins, distant cousins that might want to be in the United States. Even if it's not a relative, guys, it's still your community that is paying the price the most, because most of the black people in the States, they came long time ago. They are citizens of the United States. Of course, we have illegal immigrants who are black from Africa, who are coming also through the South Americas, but they are not as numerous as the Latin community coming from places like, Colombia, Peru, Dominica, all these places actually. And these people are paying the price because of your mistakes of voting against your own community's interest. Now, let's talk about how, this is going also to affect the US economy. Trump himself has said to do these mass deportations is gonna cost the US a lot of money. But leave the money aside. Most of these people come and do illegal work at a very low pay, things that the common United States citizen cannot do, like plucking fruits in the fields of California, at very low wages. If these people are deported, then it's gonna be the Americans that have to do these jobs, and the American, you have to pay him at least minimum wage, and this is gonna hike up prices. These prices are gonna be high. You're gonna find out, you MAGA voters, because you effed around. Now it's time to find out. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section of your opinion about today's episode. How these Latino MAGA Trump supporters are actually crying online and having an emotional breakdown now that ICE is coming after them. Thank you very much for watching this far. See you on the next episode.